Hey, have you ever wondered which characters from Upbeat break the most rules in boxing? No? Well, too bad! You're going to watch this video and you're going to enjoy it! Now with that out of the way, I'll set up the ground rules. I'll be judging these characters based on the rules provided by various boxing organizations. For every rule that one of these characters break, an infraction will be added. Then once I've seen all the rules that they have broken, I'll add them up to see the total amount of infractions that they have received. Now, let's take an analysis of our first character, who is the protagonist, who as far as I'm aware, doesn't have a confirmed name. They only break one rule, that being their headband. This is because it is a headpiece and could potentially allow blows to slip off easier. Moving right along to Cherry Pop, who is the embodiment of a lead. She is the first character who breaks more than one rule. Those rules being her glasses, which like the protagonist's headband counts as a headpiece and therefore illegal. She also attempts to go Super Saiyan, which counts as the usage of magic, which although technically isn't illegal, it's only because nobody tried to pull the magic trick in the middle of a boxing match. So for the purposes of this video, it's legal. She also has what appears to be a Tamagotchi on her pants, which is considered an outside electronic device and therefore illegal. I don't blame you if you didn't notice this, as I only noticed it while writing the script. This puts Cherry Pop's total at a mind-boggling 3 rule breaks. Hopefully she won't get immediately beaten out by the next character. Next up is Black Lily, who is at an extremely short height of 4'6" and an extremely lightweight of 80 pounds. It is honestly impressive that she managed to get into the ring while being shorter and lighter than many kids. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, what rules does she break? Well, let's start off with her clothing. For starters, she wears makeup, which is illegal. She also wears fishnet leggings underneath her boots and shorts, which is also illegal. She also has some spikes in her gloves, which is also illegal. In the fight, one of her attacks is a jumping strike, which although jumping isn't illegal, a jumping strike is illegal. Finally, she also taunts the player, which is not only unsportsmanlike behavior, it is also practically begging for them to get hit. In total, she comes out with 5 infractions, putting her 2 rule breaks above Cherry Pop. Okay, I'm adding this into the video as a last minute addition, as I know somebody in the comments will bring it up if I don't address it. But Cherry Pop and Black Lily bring 2 more rule breaks. Cherry Pop breaks 2 rules via having piercings, which a ref would ask to take off before the fight, and when you get knocked down by her, she laughs at you, which is unsportsmanlike behavior. Black Lily breaks an additional 2 rules as she wears a spike collar and smokes during the match while you are down. This means that Cherry Pop breaks 5 rules and Black Lily breaks 7 rules. And now the next character on the list is Carney Vell, and on second thought I think I'm going to do the machine first, who looks a lot like a buff version of V from Danny's Row. Ignoring the obvious fact that she's a machine, she breaks some rules of her very own. Like Black Lily, her clothing brings her a few infractions. You can't wear high heels to a boxing match, and you can't wear a skirt either. She also gets another rule infraction for something you might not have predicted, that being the mouse and wire on her head, which a ref would ask for her to take out before the match started, due to having the potential to be used as a weapon. Finally, in the fight itself, she gets 1 more rule broken by her spinning attack, which counts as a sideways chop and therefore an illegal move. Overall, the machine gets 4 infractions, 1 less than Black Lily and 1 more than Cherry Pop. Okay, now it's time to address the elephant in the room, the thing I can't hide from no longer. It's time to address Carney Vell, which took longer than I'd like to admit to figure out as a play on the word carnival. The reason why I kept her until last is because she breaks the most rules by a landslide. The character with the most rules broken so far is Black Lily, with 5 rules broken. Carney breaks 3 times the amount of rules that Black Lily has broken. Starting out with the clothing, Carney Vell already breaks a ton of rules. Firstly, her shoes are clearly clown shoes, which you can't wear in a boxing match. Her socks are also too long. In boxing, it is said that fighters can't wear socks that go past their knees. Carney's socks clearly go past the knees and as such are illegal. She has no clear mark of demarcation between her trunks and her waist. She also wears a full long sleeve shirt, which you can't do in boxing. She also wears a bow tie, which you can't have in boxing. Finally, she has makeup on her face, a red clown nose, and a hat, all 3 of which are illegal. She hasn't even done a single punch yet and she's already broken 8 rules, which is 3 more than Black Lily. Don't worry though, she breaks a lot more rules when she gets onto the ring, but before I analyze the rules she breaks on the ring, it is highly implied that she found her boxing gloves on the floor and took them into the ring without having them checked by the ref, which is illegal. They can be filled with cement for all we know. Now onto the rules she breaks in the actual fight. She brings out 2 machines. This breaks 4 rules. The first 2 rules that the machines break is that she brought them into the arena. A third rule is given out for doing an ear clap with the machines, which is illegal. And finally, a fourth rule is broken, as it is extremely likely that outside interference is occurring because the machines are operated outside the ring. Her hands raising up before the attack is likely a signal for the operator to ready up the machines, and her taking her hands down is likely the signal for the operator to activate the machine. She also brings pie into the arena, breaking another rule as it is a foreign object. Finally, she breaks one last rule for bringing a balloon dog into the corner with her, which is another foreign object. This brings her total to 15, which is more than every other character in the game combined. Do me a favor and get out of the ring immediately! And that's all of the characters. Carney Vell broke the most amount of rules by far with 15 infractions, and the protagonist broke the least amount of rules with only 1 infraction. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, consider giving this video a like and my channel a subscribe. It would really help out a lot. That is all from me. Raptical, out.